chateau, which I think I've showed you before. And we've come here because, well, I certainly did not know till yesterday that the same officer who perpetrated the massacre at Oradour-sur-Glane, which most people have heard of if they live in this region, where hundreds of men, women and children were killed, and the entire village burnt to the ground, actually came here first on a tip-off that was received in Agen about activities of the resistance in the area. And so they arrived here, rounded up all of the villagers in Vert de Biron and put them inside this church, 70 people, including women and children. And they tortured them inside the church. And it was all to do with a weapons cache that was sought after. But they zoned in on one man in particular who lived just down the road from here, called Ernest Abouli. And he was tortured mercilessly, brought here and tortured in a barn somewhere not far from here. And he didn't say a word, never gave up any secrets. He was never found, his body, but what happened once they'd finished with him, they drove here, put all of the hostages in a truck and drove them to Agen. En route, one man, a Jewish man, managed to get off of the truck and escape. And it's his account that has led the what's the word? That's how we know about it now. And a lot of them never actually came back. So they went from Vert de Biron to La Capelle-Biron, which is where we were in last week's vlog. And so in total it was 118 people and 52 died. They never came home. So this could have been another Oradour-sur-Glane situation quite easily. We don't know really why, because it has I'm guessing their hometowns listed next to it. So the top two are from Vert de Biron, but the rest are from villages nearby. They didn't live here. So I question, like, why were they here? Did they just happen to be here? Were they, I don't know. But these people did not come back. But this street here, this road that comes round, is actually called the Route de Ernest Abouli, after the man who was tortured. So we've come now down the road towards Villarreal, is that right? And
no,
Montflanken. And this is where Ernest Abouli lived. So I don't want to film it too much because someone does live here, but there's a house through there and it's a working farm. But this is where he lived. He was a member of the resistance and he was, I believe, tortured here only momentarily before being taken to Vert de Biron, which is up this road here. He was taken there with a young man who was working at the farm with him. And although Ernest never gave up any secrets, his younger counterpart did. So anyway, he died as a result of his injuries, but this is where he lived. That's all there is about it. There is a main memorial in Vert de Biron, and that's the only picture they have of him. And how old was he when he died? 46?
He was...
oh no, 41, yeah. So this guy was working at the farm with Ernest, and he managed to escape the initial arrest. But the Gestapo, the SS, came back 3 different times. So you'll see this man was murdered on the 26th of May and Ernest was killed on the 21st. So they came back to the farmhouse where Ernest lived and worked down here, just down here around the road. And they looted numerous times. They took everything. Farm animals, silverware, linens, food, anything. A few days later, Ivan Domangy was walking maybe on a bike down this road to get bread for his family, and was intercepted by the Germans and killed in this spot. 23 years old. And that's the sign of the resistance. That's the Croix de Lorraine. However, we met a man in Vert de Biron who believed that he wasn't actually part of the resistance, so we don't actually know. if that's true or not.
Oh, last tile. Oh my God.
You worked hard on this room, haven't you, Cath?
Oh.
Mark left to it.
Actually, I was cleaning them and passing them and wanting back, and thanks for help.
Can you believe that 2 weeks ago we were putting the pipes down in here? So this is travertine, everyone. So Cath's just explained. Next job is grouting, and then you seal it.
You see the holes? Right here, this hole.
Texture.
So the grout then goes into that and fills it up, and then obviously down there.
These are grade A tiles though, so there's not much. I mean, this tile, aside from a few little bits,
There's not much in it.
It looks very dark on camera.
It looks like a mess.
It doesn't look like... Yeah, by the way, guys, it does not look like... It looks more...
It doesn't really
oh, my word. That tile there.
Oh, yeah. Now we're just preparing the living room. You'll see him... I was just cleaning when Sarah arrived to get all the dust and bits off the floor. And then with the roller, you'll see it now.
So what are you up to, Mark?
It said roller. I was
Roller.
just talking about the roller.
Oh, sorry. Okay,
That bit.
roller.
With the roller, you're rolling on the latex glue. All spandex.
So what does that do?
Seals it, so it seals the concrete. So when you put your glue over the tiles, it doesn't suck all the moisture straight out of them.
Oh, right. A bit like a primer then.
Yeah, exactly that. That's what the French call it, a primer.
I do that.
I am so... I'm very French, you see. I do not understand the English terms, you froggies. No, no, we're froggies. You roast beef are using.
Yeah. Roti de boeuf.
That's what I got called at school.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So also, if you see where there's like a line. If you get to end, can you see a line that goes right down here?
Very clearly on camera.
So under there is an expansion joint. So we have to start tiling one side and then start tiling the other. If there's any movement. You see round all the edges, you see it here there. We put all this
Oh yeah.
stuff around. So that's the expansion. So if it expands a little bit, it'll be alright. I think it'll be alright. I don't think we'll have any issues.
No.
There was a plug socket because we were going to have the TV on the wall.
Now not so much.
I'll show the viewers. It's like this.
What?
There's TV on there. It's on like an easel.
Where do you put your DVD player?
You don't.
DVD player?
So it's like that.
What did the 90s tanks?
Name that film.
I will have the cheaper chicken.
Oh,
here's a genius. I need his mind.
Are you Frank? I wish. I'm his assistant.
Howard Weinstein.
Right,
So
anyway,
yeah,
back to
that sort of thing. And then you run the cable down the leg. So we've got the sockets there ready to go on the floor. TVs on walls are so last year.
Cath's being a brat.
Come and see my strawberries. Come on. Come on, I'll take you outside. Come on.
Bye, Mark.
See strawberries. This is what Sarah's plant should look like. Oh no! These little beauties. These are the same as Sarah's. Well. So look, you've got little strawberries coming. Look at that.
So Cath's strawberries might look better, but I didn't leave my seed pots out in the rain. What the hell are these?
Well, stop touching them so they dry.
And Monty Don for today's demonstration.
I need them to dry so I can fill them. Oh look, they're like them things that you know. Do you remember you used to do like them things?
Oh yeah. At school with the numbers on them.
Oh! I'm not doing that anymore. Oh, they're all falling apart. I'm the gardener.
They're never going to dry on this blooming thing. Look at the state of it.
Oh, but we've only just put this back up.
This is a disaster. Between you and me, we're totally
These are my
incompetent.
chilies.
Is that full of water?
Oh, it's heavy. And that's my basil. Oh no. Don't.
They're the seeds. And
Oh,
they're
what the hell's that then?
and they're wet, so you need to plant. That's the soil. You put the soil in there.
So where's my chilies? Oh, no, they're still moving around in there. They're still loose. They're not loose. Oh, tips and tricks. Bit late for that.
Send help. Honestly, you guys thought you'd seen it all with the gardening, but
At least my stuff's still green. Look at me,
you'll be treated to this all summer long. Sorry, just came in to show you the seedlings, but wanted to recommend these. If you have these in your Lidl, either buy them because they're amazing or don't buy them because they're moorish and you won't know when to stop eating them. I am obsessed. Grilled and salted almonds. Let me show you my plants. Oh my word, definitely these ones. They are peas. See 2 little shoots. Oh yes, the courgettes. These are shoots. Nothing in the tomatoes yet, I don't think. Just remembered, having seen Cath's fabulous strawberries. I'm not jealous at all. I bought more to replace the ones I murdered, and I haven't planted them out yet, so they are too at risk of dying. So I think what I might do quickly while I've got the time, I've seen a plant pot rolling around in the wind out there. So I'm going to grab that, I'm going to use the trough, and I'm going to plant those out before there's a second disaster with these. So if you'd like to join me, I will do it now. Leon's just strimming some of the inspection chambers of the pots. That's what you can hear. So I'm going to plant my strawberries out. I found this in the garden. I don't even know what it's from. I think it might be from the camellia tree. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use my trough as well. Here we go. This has got old. Oh, what is that? Right, that's no longer a problem. With my 97 centime fork. Break that up a bit. I'm going to put some new compost in there. Right, these are the plants. You'll see when I get them out, I've let them dry out. I'm a menace, what can I say? I should not be let loose. Ooh. They are planted. Put those over here and give them some water. Now for the big one. I think it's going to be enough for the 2 left. There we go, that's 2 more. And I've got this pot left over from the lavender. There we go, last one. Right, gardening done for the day.
Sarah's new way of cleaning the cat. Because he's been outside and he's come in all dirty. Oh, he's like, he's got up in there. Oh, sorry. What's that? method, Sarah.
What do you think?
Eh? What do you think, mister? I love it. I do. I love it. I really do.
Hi guys, it's Tuesday afternoon. The hum that you can hear is probably the aircon. I've got it on warm. The weather is not very cold, but it's almost too warm for the fire, but it's still too chilly to have nothing. So I've just got the aircon ticking over just to warm the place up. The car is going in for repairs tomorrow, finally. It's very much to the wire because the control technique expires in like 2 weeks' time. So I've got to get this work done and get the car booked in for a new control technique next week. So I might ring them this afternoon and just get it booked in. Hopefully it passes, and then we can really start that process of registering the car, and then I'll need to do the same with the van. I've been dragging my feet with this, and I don't know why. I've had the time. I think because it's not directly impacting us, the vehicles are insured, everything's legal, we're not paying road tax on the vehicles in England anymore. It's kind of like a bit out of sight, out of mind. But our vehicles are so important for our life here. Without a vehicle, you really are up the creek because there's no public transport around here. What I'm trying to say is it's really important and we need to get it sorted because, as I mentioned, French insurance companies will only insure a foreign car for a year. So it might be March and it's insured till November, but I know how this goes. It's just so busy, the months are flying by, and I don't want to get caught short and end up without a vehicle to drive. So to cut a story, I'm just going to get it done, so hopefully that'll all be happening in the next couple of weeks. Anyway, I'm going to go get on with some work. I need to hoover in here because when you have cats, it's an everyday job, especially in molting season. It's a nightmare. They're a hairy, fluffy, naughty expense. Last week, Remy managed to get hold of 2 salmon fillets I got out of the freezer, and my fault, I put them on the side and came home and they were all over the floor. He'd obviously been running around the kitchen with salmon fillets that he had nibbled all the thawed meat from, so they had to be thrown away. And you guys probably know salmon is mega expensive here. He knows no bounds. Yesterday I let him in my room, big mistake. Turned around and he's climbing up my dresses that are hung in the closet. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why he's like that. He's a terrorist. There's something wrong with him. Something wrong with him.
Sarah, who am I? Oh, camera. Who am I?
I don't know. Doc from Back to the Future.
No, think bigger.
You have to give me a clue.
Give me a microphone. I'm a private dancer. I dance for money. I'll do what you want me to do. Just a private dancer. A dancer for money. Ooh.
Come here,
Ooh. I come calling.
Oh dear, that's funny. Can you not sing Private Dancer anymore?
No, I've got boring hair now. Normal hair.
I don't like it.
I preferred it all.
Tina Turner-ish.
Sheena-ish.
So, what's made your day so good?
Well, I managed to get, so I've opened an account, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a chain. There's one in Montpellier, which I've used before, and this is one on Route d'Agen. So they do more wood than the other place. I managed to get everything I needed from there. When I first turned up, I couldn't find it from where it was, and I asked the guy, and he said, "Oh, fini." And I thought, "Oh no, they haven't got it. I'm gonna have to buy a bigger size and cut it down."
Bigger size of?
Bigger size of timber and cut it down, waste money.
Oh, yeah.
And then he went, pardon, and then ran off a bit and come back. He said, "Oh, we've moved it." So I managed to get exactly what I wanted, which are these 5 metre long, 6x2. So these are going to be a balustrade. They're going to be 4.2 metres each. It looks bigger than 5 metres, but I'm pretty sure it is. I went to Nos on the way home, and I managed to get some wheels for my new planer thicknesser for €10, which is a steal. And my favourite noodles from the UK, ones that Sarah used to like, Nissin Sesame Ramen. So I've got them. as a treat for me and my brother Mark, and we've got some Guinness to try from Noz.
Woohoo!
And the cashier said it's very good, just like Guinness. So that's going to go in the fridge.
We just went to our mates at the butcher's. And I don't know why, because I haven't asked Catherine yet, but she decided to get, they had some, like a stack of pancakes by the till. And she's like, what's that? What's that? So he said, oh, it's a Moroccan pancake.
And now I have had a bread thing before from the market, you know, when people sell olives and things like that. And I thought it was like a bread.
What you got to know about this guy, though, is that he puts gloves on and stuff, and then handles the meat with his ungloved hand, and then a bit with the gloved hand, and then if you want any coriander, he grabs that with the gloved hand that's got the meat, the cash. I can overlook it when something's being cooked, but Cath has been served these pancakes,
Anyway, so that
he handled with his.
I nearly put it straight onto meat, didn't it? Anyway, he said, are you eating it now? I said, oh yeah. He said, oh, well. So he said, I'm going to do this for you.
Oh, it's got. What is that? There's raw
That's
meat
raw
on
meat
it.
there.
Cath, do not eat that.
Do me now. Oh, he's cut it into two. That's for you.
I am not. No, I can't. Well, it ain't ham.
Oh, chicken. Raw chicken. It's got like a mayonnaise thing.
Look, I'm all for like trying new things, but we have some Belgian friends, Mika and Yasmin, if you're watching, and they reckon that in Belgium they eat raw. Was it raw chicken or raw pork on a sandwich?
Chicken.
Raw chicken, and that's like and they were flabbergasted that in England we don't do that. And I said, if you ate raw chicken in England, you'd end up with salmonella. So clearly the butchering techniques in both Belgium and I guess North Africa are slightly different to us, but it does fill me with dread. There's like literally, that's a chunk of goodness knows what. Oh dear, Amanda will have a fit. Amanda, what do you think? Leave a comment, shall I?
This will be a challenge time, whether she put it round right at end. See whether she watches it all to the end.
She'll have had her interview.
I was thinking about that.
We're gonna text you now, Amanda.
Bye.
We're good sisters, and sent Amanda a message. We did. Cath's not dead yet, but I'll be providing hourly updates on her health. Honestly.
Oh, it's really tasty. It's like they are nice. It's a bit of a carrier, you know, for carrier.
For all manner of viruses and parasites.
Cheese and salad and, you know, like a tortilla type wrap thing.
Right, we're off into Lidl now. That's where the bulk of our shopping is done. I need to consult my app and see what offers are going on.
For me, I'm only buying a few bits. Like I always buy a few bits and spend like
500 euros. She says
Your
this.
plants this week.
She says this every week.
Just see what we
I
come
don't
out
need much.
with.
I only need a few bits, and she comes out with like 2 trolleys worth. Hi guys, it's Friday, and I just got back from picking up the car. That was an expensive MOT failure, let's just say that. I'm not even going to say the amount on here, but I'm going to insert a picture of the final sum on the Devi. So enjoy that. Anyway, that's it. Very expensive control technique, but that's done. Hopefully the van passes without any issues. It should do. Hi guys, so I haven't checked in yet today, but I've just finished filming with Jemimah. So that vlog episode all about buying a property in France will be released this coming week, and I know that you guys are going to love it. It covers everything. We didn't leave any stones unturned. What happened this morning, right? I went out. When I got home, Cath was here having a coffee, and a guy from Orange turned up offering us a fibre deal on the internet, which, if you guys are long-time subscribers, you remember that we tried to get Orange to give us fixed internet, and it all ended in tears. Not in tears, but hello. But it ended badly because they never did come and connect us to the internet and then tried to charge us over €300. So to say that the taste in my mouth was bad is an understatement. I decided to listen to his proposition, and they were offering fibre internet $29.99 a month, and they were going to shave €5 off of my phone contract, which I currently pay €30 for. So that was going to drop down to 25. And then they were on about offering Leon his own phone contract because...
Well, I asked about that because I needed one.
Yeah, as you guys know, Leon's still without a French mobile. So we said about that and they were like, yeah, we can add that on. That'll only cost $14.99 a month for 120 gigabytes of data. That's a steal. I went against my better judgment in some ways and we signed up. But he did say the Orange Boutique in Villeneuve are horrendous. And that's where I'd gone. So let's just hope that he's right and it's not Orange as a company. I have heard terrible things, but...
We've got his personal number for any problems.
So that's what happened today. So just finished filming. We're off out to a friend's for dinner. It's been a good day. Leon was busy doing some carpentry, but unfortunately because of my little video sesh, I had to ask him to stop. So then
You could have filmed the other end of the house and big enough that you wouldn't have.
I could have done, but I'd set up here and it was warm
Right,
here.
don't worry.
So he went out and cut the lawn, and it looks great.
It didn't take that long, to be honest.
Did you do the whole thing?
Not the whole thing. I went down to your dad's tree.
Ah, Dad's tree. It looks great.
Yeah.
You've mowed it in the other direction, which I almost prefer, I think. Looks like Wimbledon out there.
Don't pretend I had a plan. I just kind of did a little bit.
You meant to say, yes, babe, that was my intention.
I tried to write I love you in there. Can you see it?
I can!
Hey!
Okay, we're going to head out. We are always late. Mark and Cath will be watching this saying, oh yeah, Leon and Sarah, always late. We know, okay? It's hard. Happy Sunday, guys. It's Sunday afternoon and time to chill. So I'm doing a meal for us tonight and I'm doing a key lime pie for dessert, which I know my aunt will love. Whenever I think of limes, which is just the weirdest thing, isn't it? Yeah, whenever I think of limes, I think of my Auntie Margaret because I am very fond memories I have of going to Florida with her and my uncle, mum and dad as well. And my aunt loves margaritas. In fact, I believe she may have changed now, but it used to be that she would only have margaritas in Florida because of how good they tasted there. But I think she might have been converted by my mum, who has margaritas anywhere. So I'm doing key lime pie and I'm already like, just the thought of it, they're so delicious. So I'm doing that, and then for the main, I'm gonna do springtime chicken, which is a HelloFresh recipe, and it's served with new potatoes. So it's been a really lovely weekend. It's been jam-packed. Today we had a lovely time with some friends this afternoon and ended up having a beer in a pub locally where we play snooker actually, but today the weather was so lovely that we sat outside and it felt like the first day of spring, which is ironic because if I'm not mistaken, today is when the clocks went forward, and I think that's the start of the spring equinox. The official first day of spring, I think. Could be wrong. Either way, it felt like spring, so who cares? This evening, dinner with Mark and Cath. Really looking forward to it. And I'm just full of the joys of spring. So I'm going to make my key lime pie. It's dead easy if you haven't made it before. So all the recipes are American, of course, because key lime pies are from the Keys in Florida. And so they talk about graham crackers, but most people know graham crackers are McVitie's. That's our graham cracker equivalent here. I nearly said here in Britain. In France too. But top tip, if you're going to buy digestive biscuits, you will find them in the world food section and they will cost you an arm and a leg. If you go to the French biscuit section, however, you'll find them in French packaging and they'll be probably like 1/3 of the price, maybe even less. So top tip if you live in France. So I'm going to get going with that and yeah, follow along with me.